Hello again, Internet. It's Dave Walker here at the TV Tour in California and Television Critics Association. We're on PBS now, so got a little breather. My guest this time is Roger Catlin. You can find his work at rogercatlin.com. Go there frequently and click, click, click freely. And also Smithsonian Magazine and WashingtonPost.com. Roger, thanks for doing this. I appreciate it. So, we've been here a couple weeks. I know it just seems like yesterday, but what have you seen that you're excited about, or anything you've seen or heard from the actors and writers and producers that maybe gave you a second thought about a show that you've been watching?
Well, I'm very excited about the new Zach Galifianakis comedy.
Me too.
It starts this week
Yeah.
on FX. It's called Baskets. It's something he developed with Louis C.K. So,
Yeah.
I'm a big Louis C.K. fan already, and I guess, I liked it so much that I worried that maybe it was just so well suited for me that it was not well suited for anyone else. But I guess you'll have to measure your own comedy tastes against it.
You have to find out where you are on the Roger spectrum.
Yeah, it's very deadpan stuff. But in this, he plays a French-trained clown who tries to find a job back in America and can only find it as a rodeo clown in Bakersfield, California. That's not a good job for him.
No.
So there's lots of humor in that. His mother's played by Louis Anderson.
A remarkable performance, and what a choice.
Who's very good in it. And there's a woman named Martha Kelly who's very funny, like super deadpan.
And she's fabulous.
Really funny, and plays off of Zach. She's his insurance agent, and he needs an insurance agent. He gets in he falls down and gets into accidents. So it's funny.
I did one of those where I'll watch one.
Yeah,
and
I did that.
2 hours later, it's like I couldn't stop watching it.
But I don't know. So, do you think it's something? Would you recommend for everyone? See, I had a worry like, maybe some people, because I think there are some strong opinions against it.
Yeah,
I've heard.
Yeah, I would recommend it, but there's a big bowl full of caveats that come with it. It is weird.
It's very different from everything on TV. So that's good to have something very different. I think.
And I love the pace of it. I think it's very funny.
Yeah. And the other things I liked, I think I was worried about HBO's Vinyl, but I thought it really redeemed itself with its premiere episode, which is like is it a 2-hour thing?
2 hours, I think. Yeah.
Directed by Scorsese, so it's as good as Wolf of Wall Street. It covers this very specific area, rock music in the 70s, in 1973 specifically, what was happening. All the problems with drugs people were having, and the rise of punk music, the rise of hip hop, all these different things coming together. Great cast, really well written, very entertaining overall. Did you like that?
I did, and I think I've said before on this video deal that TV almost never gets rock right and rock and roll, and in that era, there's a lot to screw up, and I think they did really well with it.
I think they did too. I mean, there are some exceptions, like the group that they commissioned to be Led Zeppelin. I mean, why would you?
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many groups in it, including Mick Jagger's the producer. His son is a singer in one of the bands. They're very convincing. But then they have this kind of fake Led Zeppelin that's not too convincing. They're not in it very long either. So I'm wondering how they're going to fit in actual bands with made-up ones.
It'll be fun to see where they go with that.
Yeah. And another one about music is on Showtime, Roadies, which is lighter, much more entertainment. I don't know where they're going to go with it. It's about the backstage crew at a concert. It's Cameron Crowe's big foray into television, and pretty good cast, and written well, and entertaining is the thing, and also covers music pretty well. He knows that area.
And it's totally infused with love for the musicians and the music and the roadies, and that's a subculture that is really tricky
and never really explored at all.
No, and I thought it was very sweet. I loved it for completely different reasons that I love vinyl.
Yeah. Although they have two of them start. Well, when does that start? Later on in the spring.
I think, later in the spring.
And vinyl comes pretty soon, so it'll be an interesting spring. So those are some things that make me excited. I'm here on PBS Day, and I think their documentaries are always very good.
Absolutely. I fell into the Janis Joplin thing last night and couldn't get out. It was like and I'm not really a fan, but I love the film, and that doesn't come on until much later in the spring.
And the ones that we saw about gun violence.
Yes.
Very strong stuff. Very well done. Coming in May on
Independent Lens.
On Independent Lens.
Yeah,
So
excellent. Well, Roger, thanks so much for doing this. How can people find you on social media, etc.?
look, I'm on Twitter at rcatlin,
Okay.
at rcatlin, as they say, and I write about what's on television every day at rogercatlin.com. Come
All
on
right.
down, people.
Yeah.
Say hello.
Roger, thanks.
Thanks, Dave.